All right, dosing done. Now, what about our CO2?
CO2 is critical, especially when you've got this many plants. You talked before about that holy trinity of light, substrate and CO2. Well, this is the CO2. We're going to use the Dalua Fresh CO2 regulator with the quick release to make it super easy. And we're going to use this little diffuser here. This is a great one. It's got a little removable disc, easy to clean. I'm going to just put that at the front so we get a really nice visual of how the CO2 is going in the tank. And don't forget your CO2 checker, so you know how much CO2 you've got.
I love the actual diffusers over the inline diffusers, like the ones that are in your tank, because you get to see the bubbles just
That's my preferred method. I like to see what's going on with it. This is the device we use to diffuse CO2 into a planted aquarium. Plants consume CO2 and produce oxygen. In the fish tank, they consume the available CO2 almost instantly, especially when you've got lots and lots. So I'm going to explain the different elements of this one. Okay, so this is our bubble counter. We're going to fill that with RO water. Screw it back on, nice and tight. Just hand tight, finger tight, goes in here. And that is a high pressure seal on its own. When we want to disengage it, we press down and lift it out. Back in, airtight, high pressure seal. I'll show you how to plug the tube in. Ta-da. So this is high pressure tubing, so it's really stiff tubing. It's not like your normal airline. Just to be able to handle the high pressure. Spinning through. Goes on here. Down. Nice and tight. That one's nice and tight. Great. And then that goes onto our bottle and we're going to plug it in. So we're going to attach the regulator to the bottle. We've taken the plastic seal off the bottle. The important thing to remember here is that red O-ring is what forms the seal against this edge here. We don't put tape on it, we don't mess around with it. This is just thread. That's the seal, the red O-ring. So we do that. Screw that on, hand tight. This is the metal diffuser. It's really neat. That simply goes on there. Easy enough. If you're having trouble getting that on, put the end in boiling water for a couple of minutes. It'll be soft and malleable, slip on easily. These are great because you can remove this for cleaning. Gets clogged up, get some algae in here later on, you unscrew it, put down a bit of bleach for an hour or so, give it a really, really good rinse, and there are replacements available.
So Steve, I always lose water in this bubble counter and end up having to just top it up and top it up and top it up. Is that normal?
It is, but what you can do is when you turn it on to adjust the needle valve, don't turn it on too fast, because what'll happen is all the water will shoot up the pipe. Just turn it on slowly, get a slow bubble going and crank it up gradually. Then you won't lose water into your tube. But it does happen, happens to the best of us, happens all the time. That's why we have this one with the quick release, so you can quickly disengage it, you can unscrew it, you can top it up with water, and you can put it back. Now the other ones that have the twist release here, you end up unscrewing like this and you get cable. Oh, it's a nightmare. This one's great, nice and easy. So it is easy to fill when you do that. But take it easy on the needle valve and you'll find it'll last at least a month.